So you want to know where the locals really eat in Auckland? Well, we're about to lay out the ultimate food lovers weekend. We're going to take you from hidden gems to some seriously iconic spots. Forget the usual tourist stuff. This is your official insider's guide.
Okay, so you're planning a trip to Auckland, and you want to eat good food, right? And I don't mean the places with the giant signs and queues of tourists. Nope, I'm talking about the places the locals talk about. We're diving straight into the heart of Auckland's amazing food scene.
Your weekend officially kicks off on Friday nights, and we are jumping right in with Auckland's signature style, super cool, effortlessly stylish, and absolutely world-class. Right off the bat, you've got two incredible, but very different choices. Here's your first big decision. On one side, you've got Depot. It's loud, it's buzzing, and you can't book a table. It's basically a love letter to simple, perfectly cooked New Zealand food, all done over fire. You gotta get the fresh oysters and their famous snapper sliders. Then on the other side, there's Ahi. Think pure sophistication right on the waterfront. You will absolutely need a reservation here. The dish to get? The surprisingly elegant scampi corn dog. It's incredible.
So really, it all comes down to this. What's your vibe for night one? Are you feeling the high-energy, rustic charm of a place like Depot, or are you looking for a more refined, elegant experience that's all about New Zealand's best ingredients? Your call.
All right, it is Saturday. We're getting out of the central city and going deep into the neighborhoods where the locals actually live and, more importantly, eat. We're headed to the awesome streets of Ponsonby and Grey Lynn. Our Saturday is basically a food tour in 3 acts. We're going to kick things off with the best bagels in town. Then we'll hit up a legendary spot for lunch, and we'll finish the day with a really special dinner. Let's go.
First things first, breakfast. We're heading to CityWorks Depot for Best Ugly Bagels. Now, these are not your average bagels, okay? They're Montreal style, which means they're rolled by hand, boiled in honey water, and then chucked into a massive wood-fired oven that gives them this unbelievable texture.
Don't even look at the menu too long. The one you have to try is the yadi. Just picture this. Layers of salty pastrami, gooey melted Swiss cheese, and a sharp kick of mustard, all piled on to that perfectly chewy wood-fired bagel. It is a classic for a very, very good reason. For lunch, we're making our way to Ponsby Road, to a true Auckland institution, Prego. For decades, this has been the place for locals. You know, for birthdays, anniversaries, or just a random Tuesday. Its buzzing courtyard just makes you feel like you've been dropped right into the Mediterranean. And look, the pieces are great, but the dish that is this place is the zuppa de peixe. It's this classic seafood soup just packed with fresh mussels, fish, and prawns and a rich, savory broth. It's been on the menu forever because, well, it's pretty much the soul of Prego in a bowl. Now, to finish off our tour of neighborhood gems, we're going to Ada and Grey Lynn. And this spot is really special. The restaurant is actually inside a beautifully converted historic convent, which makes for a super intimate and honestly unforgettable atmosphere.
The menu is all modern Italian, and it's perfect for sharing. You have to, and I mean have to, start with the fried pizza dough. Imagine these crispy, golden pillows of dough served with the creamy, punchy gorgonzola sauce. It's so simple, so decadent, and just the perfect way to kick off the meal.
And just like that, it's our final day, Sunday. We're going to go out with a bang, hitting up some of Auckland's most iconic and creative flavors. We're talking bold fusion for lunch and a little bit of fantasy for dessert.
For our last big meal, we're going to a place that is consistently called one of the best restaurants in all of New Zealand. Cassia is not your local takeaway joint. It's this moody, glamorous spot where the chef takes traditional Indian flavors and just elevates them to a whole other level with amazing technique and creativity.
Okay, forget everything you think you know about vindaloo. The dish you order here is the beef short rib vindaloo. This version is just unbelievably rich and tangy, not just hot. And the meat, wow, it is so tender it literally falls apart if you just look at it with a spoon. It is an absolute showstopper. And for the grand finale, we are heading to Giapo. This is not just a place where you get a scoop and a cone. No, this is where ice cream is totally reimagined. It's where dessert becomes actual edible art.
Now, let's be real. You're going to see this place all over Instagram. But you have to trust me, this is one of those times where the hype is 100% real. It's an experience you just have to have at least once, just for the pure creativity of it all.
So to get the full Giapo experience, go for the classic New Zealand flavor, Hokey Pokey. That's vanilla with crunchy honeycomb bits, and you have to get it served in one of their wild, handmade creations, like the famous chocolate squid.
Okay, you have the itinerary, you know where to go, but before you book those flights, let's just go over a few key pro tips to make your foodie weekend go off without a hitch. This is your game plan.
So just to help you plan your budget, here's a quick look at what you can expect to spend. As you can see, we've got a great mix here, from a fancy, splurge-worthy dinner at Ahi, all the way down to a quick, cheap, but so delicious bagel to start your day.
Now for some really important advice, okay? If you remember one thing, remember this. Auckland is a booking city. For spots like Ahi or Cassia, you need to be booking at least 2 weeks out, maybe more. For Depot, since you can't book, the pro move is to show up around 5:30 p.m. to try and beat the rush. And one last, very important note. Cassia is moving to a new spot in June 2026, so please double-check the address.
And there you have it, a weekend packed with the absolute best of Auckland. From rustic snapper sliders and wood-fired bagels to a vindaloo that'll completely change your mind about curry. Auckland's food scene is ready for you. So the only real question left is, what's your first bite gonna be?